Okay, we're back for an episode 2. Do I have what I want? Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is something I should have done last episode, but I didn't think to do it. Forgot to. I want to put how long it takes me to do each of these builds. That's not it. That's dark oak. Do I have any signs? I do. So we're gonna have a sign above our doorway that says when the project was started, when it ended, and then the amount of actual hours spent doing it. There we go. March 3rd, 2024 through November 29th, 2024, and it took us 56.4 hours to get the base done. And we're still not done with the interior. Okay, so yeah, I got a horse off cam. How did it... How? It was in that pin originally. How did it get out of that pin and into this pin? Okay, put you there for now, and then I'll figure that out. So, I tested to see if rails would work for the prevent mobs coming in. It will. How much iron do I have? Okay, let's get some sticks. My wood being in this back corner is kind of annoying, but actually, where my sticks are. There they are. I just need 6. How is that not appearing? Why is that not appearing? That is so weird. That's more iron than I thought it was. Well, that's just my game knowledge, apparently. That was more sticks than it was iron, but nope, that was backwards. Yeah, 2 stacks of iron is going to be needed. Right now I'm trying to get auto wool collectors set up as well. Because that's, as you saw in the thumbnail, we need a lot of wool. Also, don't think I've got sheep anywhere near me. But yeah, I'm probably going to build them up front? I don't know. How? How are you getting up there? Okay, I'm going to figure out how to make it so the horse can't get up there. But for now, that's fine. Yeah, we're going to need more iron real quick. But we're going to need a lot of chests for the projects that are coming up, so... a stack to do, right? Yeah, 32 is fine. 12 hoppers. And then we want 6 minecarts. These are individual craft. That's actually annoying. I'm assuming my quartz is up in my nether tower. I don't know if I got more cobble anywhere, or I'm actually just broken cobblestone. Six observers. Need a dispenser, which requires a bow and arrow. Do I have Okay, might as well start building these things up, because we still have to wait for a few more items. But actually, I need some glass real quick. Yeah, the fun part will definitely be getting sheep over. Well, I guess I'll just game the dyes. I have 4 colors of wool that I need. So, yeah. That gets us 2 of the modules. Find out. This is gonna fall down, yeah. Cool. Where the collection system will have to be. I want the arrow pointing this way. I then want the dispensers here and here. Redstone. Oh, I misplaced the dispensers. That's That's right off to a wonderful... I know what I'm doing. There. And those will activate anytime that there is... the grass gets eaten. And I just like to, because it looks nice, make it like this. Now we gotta go underneath and get that set up. That's where the hopper minecart will be. That's where the hopper will be. That's where the... I guess I can just put a chest there. Ready. Chest. There. Hopper. There. Minecart. There. Should get ladders. You know, we should probably test to make sure that it actually works before we build all 6 collection modules. Okay, it works. And just like that, the modules are made. The last step is now to get the seep in. That's gonna be more fun than I would like to admit. For anyone that can't tell the sarcasm there. Actually, I should probably get the colors set up first. Let's do that. Let's get the dyes that we're gonna use. I have one red, white dye though. Might seem weird, I know. Why do I want white dye when the seep are probably gonna naturally be white? Each turning dark. I'll wait till the morning then. And this is just to get an outline for our build. Honestly, probably breeding them would be the smartest idea. But I'm not going to. I'm going to make my life slightly miserable. Because apparently I just like to make my life miserable. So. I saw a seep up there, I think. First, seep in. I didn't dye it. Darn it. First one in. Next one's up there. This is going to take so long. Okay, one more thing to add before this is up and running to a high degree. Torches. Normally the light above the dispenser would be some kind of light block. I usually go for glowstone. We're not gonna go that overboard because this is just temporary, so. Putting a block above them so no other mob can get in, ruining the way it's working. And as you can see, some of them have already been seared. Actually, have all of them been seared? All of them except the one I just moved in. Let's go through and say how much of each wool I need. Okay. So, we need 19 black wool. Which we're off to a wonderful start. We need 19. And I don't mean 19 blocks, I mean 19 stacks. Any number I say is going to be in stacks. For red wool, we need 28. For light blue, we need only 12, which is not hard. And then for blue wool, we need 60 stacks. That's why we got 3 modules of blue. Otherwise, we might never finish it. So yeah, all of that's going together to create the outline. Just the outline of this build. We're going to be waiting around here for a bit. I don't want to actually just AFK. I think that's going to be boring. So, I need to find little projects to keep me busy. Getting more gunpowder is going to be one of them, because I don't think I got any more rockets. So, at night, I'm probably going to start hunting down creepers and killing them. We're going to light up the part on the moat that we own. That keeps it? Well, if mob spawn, we'll have to figure it out at some point, so. Okay, we're just testing this in survival to see if this actually does work. You should not be able to physically pathfind over that, right? Yep. Cool. The only thing that can cause me problems is skeletons that suit something over, or skeletons suiting me. We didn't get a stack, but we did get 2 creeper holes, so that's fun. I'm gonna actually put gunpowder as a valuable. It might seem weird, but it is very valuable. It is the way that I travel this world very fast, so my eyes belongs in this chest. And I've come up with my next thing that I'm doing while I wait for the for a lot, and I do mean a lot of wool. Let's see how much we've gotten from a 10 minutes of just killing mobs plus the extra bit of little time. If 10 minutes has gotten me only a sixth of a stack, we're gonna be here a while. So the plan would be to terraform this entire thing, make it more or less down to this height, and then fix the edges up to make it better. And also fill in the 2 creeper holes that I've accidentally formed. But yeah, I want to get these weird hill things and that. Plus, let's go to the other hole. Plus this looking more, not like that, but more. Did I just see a creeper? I saw a creeper. More flat than what it currently is. So the plan would be to flatten everything down to this height right here. And yeah, we're probably going to have to prepare gear. Preparing gear will take away from how long that's actually active. Okay, so I finished terraforming the entire front. Yeah, this took a while. Ooh, wandering trader. Anything of value that I might be able to use. Yeah, this took like 5 or so hours. That's a little steppy. I'm gonna fix that at some point, make it more natural looking. None of that's useful. But yeah, one of the plans for terraforming this place will be to completely change all of these mountains surrounding this place at some point. I definitely don't like that mountain that has the open scar. But so a few things. First off, that was outside of render for some, not render, but chunk loading for this sometimes. So it wasn't as effective as you would think for 5 hours of running. We don't even have 2 stacks of wool. This is 5 or 6 hours worth of me sitting AFK. And, well, not AFK, but doing that in the back. And the other thing I was doing, I tried to sit AFK literally in a hole while I was reading a book for my English class. My PC does not like to stay on if I'm not doing anything, apparently, even for Minecraft. So it kept turning off every 5 minutes. And I know I can change that so it doesn't ever turn off. But, considering how my PC, that's the only way it does turn off, unless I press the power button, and I'm not going to keep pressing the power button to turn my PC off each time. We're not doing that. So we need another project while we wait for several stacks of wool. They basically all need to be filled up. All of these chests basically need to get filled up, except the light blue one. The light blue one is the only one that I need, like, here. I need 12 stacks from light blue. All the others, I need basically the entire chest. If not more. So, that's fun. So what can we do in the meantime, you might be thinking? Build another building? Change the plan for what this episode is? No. I have still more projects that I plan on doing before I build a single building here. And the next one revolves around this basement that I started digging out. I don't know how far I need to dig this down, but the plan is to have crop fields down here. Automatic sugarcane farms align against the... That was an Enderman. Whatever. Is that him? I'm mob grieving orange, so Endermen are one of my biggest annoyances. But yeah, drop it down more. Crop fields, sugarcane around, and then it connects to the other side once I get low enough below this water, which is just below that. But like I said, I don't know how far I need to dig that down. I have a theme that I want to... Not a theme, a design I want to go for. And then this is where other farms will go. Like a full automatic version of that variant. On a much grander scale. I think the plan will be to have 5 of each color seep. How much is that? That's 16 times 5. That makes that be 30. 80 seep? Right? Is that right? Let me check. Yeah, 80 seep. That might have to be expanded because, like I said, we need a lot of wool. But yeah. So the plan will be to just work on digging that out for the time being. If I go to the very back corner, I don't know that I'm in render distance, am I? Is there a way to increase that? I'm gonna look that up real quick. Apparently, it's just a setting. I don't feel like this would be. Wouldn't it be? I feel like this would be server side, not. It's set to 10. By the way, while I've been here, I've heard a lot of this go off. So, okay, I just saw it work. I guess what I should have done is had that cleared out and then checked it. Well, not cleared out, but I've known the values before I had gone. It's 26, 32, 49, 36. Okay, there we go. It had 29. This will tell us if it works. Pretty sure that was 29. I have also video if I need to check, so. I think it was in 32. I'll be back. Okay, just checked it, and yeah, it was 32. I got up to 31. I cannot skip through my videos unless I open it in my editing software. I was not going to waste my time opening up my editing software to watch through it, because that would have taken longer just watching through my thing. But yeah, that it's working if we're working on that down there. So I need to figure out how deep I plan on digging it, so I can then do that. I need to think, because I counted how big this is. This is a 53 by 53. The walls are going to bring it in to be a 51 by 51. How much is that in terms of blocks for a roof? That's 2,601 blocks that I need. Let's divide that by 64 so we have that in stacks. That's 40 stacks of blocks I need. And I'm curious to know if any of you think that I'm going to do something reasonable and use an actually cheap block for the roof. Or even the walls, because at this point it's gotten to the point where I go overboard. So yeah, I'd be curious to know what you guys think the roof's going to be made of. Oh, someone thinks that's going to be made of planks? No, your hint is I've just gathered some of the resource required to make the roof. I need over 40 stacks of nether wart. Yeah, I'm going to use red nether brick to make the roof, like we have on the house. So yeah. And the walls aren't going to be better. The walls might actually be worse. The plan's to go with quartz. Yeah. And this is just the small part. So mind you, once it opens up to the big part, we're still going to do this exact same pattern. Unless I find another pattern that works. I might go into Creative Test World and start test building and see if I like any color palettes other than red, dark oak, and white. But I will say the color scheme of this village will be leaning towards the red hue, because my plan for each village is they have a set roof scheme. This one will be the red. And I don't know if it's going to always be that red or if there's going to be other red. I like this red because of how vibrant it is. Granted, we have yet to see new blocks come out. And who knows, they might make a even brighter red than that block at some point in the next future. I'm not even sure what the next update is. I know that we got leaf litter, new variants of pigs, and a few other things. I don't fully know what the update is supposed to be, or if anyone does at this point. Yeah, there's a chance that we get brighter red at some point. That just looks weird. The plan is to have that go out that way at some point. It's not gonna be that. It's just that stopped working, and I was kind of like, but it should be run. Why does that not run? Why was it not running? That seems. I mean, maybe this part. I don't know. Darn it, my elytra didn't activate. Go over my wall, right? Yep, there you go. Yeah. We need a double chest. I just realized of nether wart. And a double chest of nether brick. And I've done that to try and keep the horse out from where it's been going. I'm gonna go in a test world and see if I can make things cheaper. Okay, 8 hours of work and... well, probably more than 8 hours of work. Each one of these was about an hour, so... I don't know how many spaces there are. Yeah. We've dug it down to this height. I technically need to get the floor dug out one more space down and put the dirt and everything in. But yeah, we need to get the staircase coming down. I need to figure out actually how this is going to work. Because this is where it's going to be. I'm just going to follow the spiral down here. Which gives me some weird spots to work with behind it. Because, yeah, that's going to be fun. Yeah. I don't know what the next part is. Probably get the floors in and figure out each farm and everything. I think the path I'm going to do, I think it works, is soil underneath and then slabs on top should make it where I can run at hyperspeed. I've got soul speed and it actually does go very fast. But now comes the question of how much wool do we actually have? I've seen this. I am disappointed. Most of this was actually gone while I was in the very back, and very little has been collected since me being up front. Let's start from the back forwards. Yeah, we have a long ways to go. So yeah, I'm gonna work on getting the floors put in, and then we'll be back and hopefully have 5 stacks of wool. We'll see. Okay, we got some work done. The seep is nowhere near being done. We need to rename this. Ice Caliber. And here we go. We have Ice Caliber, aka my logo. Yes, I know it's a netherite sword and loses the blue aspect of being ice, but I want the most powerful weapon, so I'm not gonna stick with a diamond sword. I do wish I knew how to change the color, because I think I would rather it be the dark aqua. I looked into it. Doesn't seem like you can do that in default Minecraft. So yeah, don't know what to do there. We'll look at the sheep, but I'm already aware that these are futile. Yeah. Good news, my next project's gonna be right next to them, so they should be running in full swing. Granted, they were working the most when I was in the very back of my base doing my digging, but whatever. But yeah, let's show off what we've done since. We have this nice little stairway. I had to find a way to separate this, and this was how I figured out to do it. Trapdoors are hiding the fact that it'd be an ugly transition. And then it gets a little weird with the stairs being the way they are. This is here temporarily. It goes all the way down. The reason it's here is just so I can get out. This was the main plan for up and down. I'll explain why we aren't doing that. I was also planning on having slabs on top of the soul sand. I might in the future, but for now I don't know what I plan on doing for the floor scheme, so it's fine. We have our different fields, which none of them are actually fully grown. These two are going to take a while to get maxed out, but yeah. We have potatoes, beetroot, hay, wheat, and then carrots. You can tell my brain's off. This will not look this way. I have a plan for an actual design. But yeah, this, after enough times of having gone up, has made me go a little dizzy. So that's the reason I'm going to be installing an actual water elevator. I was like, it's just that. It can't be that bad. No, that made me dizzy. So, we're not doing that. Things I have in my inventory might seem a little weird. But we're actually going to do something before we continue with our sleep, because I'm going crazy. I want to get some progress done. We're getting access to the nether roof. So yeah, I found where the bedrock is the weakest. And by weakest, I mean only 1 block thick. Grab that. Grab this. Put my chestplate on just so I have more health. Walk back this way. And it should be around here. I did not bring slabs. That's a problem. Guess we're going for a full portal as well. Okay, this should not connect to the portal we have at home. If it does, I'd be surprised. We gotta break the one in the... Oh, it does. Okay, we'll have to go break the one that's in the bottom. Create that somewhere else. Yeah. For the time being, I'm hoping this works and connects to the under spot and not to the top one. If it connects to the top portal, I'm going to be very annoyed. Please do not connect to the top. Please do not connect to the top. It will drop in the future because it has to be... So we're going to just ignore that and go on to the next thing we have planned. Which is why I've got so many torches in my inventory. Okay. We have to head in this direction until we reach basically negative 1,000, positive 1,000. And my way of finding a way back, give me the torches, is going to be a torch trail. Yeah, I'll see you all when I'm there. Okay. We're to the next portal spot. I kind of made it curvy, but that's fine. Right now we're not trying to be fancy, we're just using normal portal sizes. When we create the custom nether top, which will be miserable because that's 1,000 blocks that I just traveled. On a diagonal, on top of that. Oh, that got me that. I did not expect that. Cool. My render distance apparently is not good enough to see what I was looking for. But this is more or less the spot. Pretty sure straight above is where I need to build the outline. But yep, this is for the outline we're doing. And yes, it's over 1,000 blocks away from where we live. Yeah, my world's gonna be a very big world. And I now have the goal of getting back home. We can't do anything there until we get all of the wool that we need. Okay, it takes me 3 rockets to go from one portal to the other. Okay, so since we're stuck waiting for the sheep to be done with all of what they need. And yes, I'm well aware that I could increase production by making a lot more of these. And it honestly would probably be worth my time to do it. But the thing is, I do plan on having some here. The only problem is, I don't know where or how I plan on having it. But I plan on having a lot of farms here at the start of town. And, well, one thing is a lot of this is going to be dug down to bedrock. We kind of already have started. It hasn't reached bedrock yet, but that over there underneath the main square is the starting point of it, basically, right now. Because underneath this will be another floor, and then more floors, until it goes down to bedrock. And I plan on doing that for a very large area. This is already a 53 by 53. I don't know, I think it's 18 deep right now. But yeah. My plan is to have this a giant square around my base that just is full of farms and goes down to bedrock. And one of the farms will be a creeper farm. So that's gonna be fun. Hopefully it works. But now we've got to work on the next farm that we plan on doing, which is a sugarcane farm. So, to do a sugarcane farm to the scale I plan on doing, I think I'm going to need a whole lot more iron. So I want to point out how big of a sugarcane farm I plan on doing. I need to actually get this wall made first. That's annoying. That's so much more smooth quartz I need. Okay, the plan is to have this be the sugarcane farm in the wall. This one will be visible. And that wall's going to have a sugarcane farm. That wall's going to have a sugarcane farm. And that back wall's also going to have a sugarcane farm. But these on the sides here will not be visible. This one will be visible up front. It's a 53 wide open area. I plan on having glass because I want it to be seen. And then, well, each one needs their own piston. Unless I use slime blocks and stuff to make it where it's one piston doing 12, which is possible. I just don't have slime. Or honey. I need the pistons. I need the observers. And I'm not doing hoppers. I'm going to do minecart system. For now. That's probably going to change in the future to be hoppers. Because minecarts are annoying. How much is 53? That's 106 that would get me if it was to fully grow. Which is under 2 stacks. So figure this out. They're also going to be stacked, if you're wondering. So I need to think of how I'm doing this. Well, step 1 is to actually get the thing in that I need. We also need to get glass smelting. So yeah, this is going to be done off camera. I'll be back when I'm done. Okay, we got some of this done. Dug out. Partially. And we got our farms in. So here's how it is. The one observer is there. Control all of these. The only reason it's actually not activated because I made sure to not put that in. There's one on this side as well. Yeah, it's 5 thick. The entire thing. Yeah, it's these. Sugarcane, piston, redstone, piston, sugarcane. But yeah. And then collection system is over here. We need to activate it so we can make sure it works. For now, this is how it is. This is for sugarcane. We're gonna need a lot of paper. I have a overflow system. It bone mills it. Then auto compacts it into bone blocks. And then I'm gonna have to set up probably another system to get rid of any overflow that comes from that. But for now, that should last us a while, and we shouldn't have any problems. Yeah, we gotta activate this. Wow, that caused lag. Now I want to make sure that the minecart actually got. Okay, that's what I figured would happen. Let's go and fix this. Assuming it's just repeat activate 2. I need this basically in the same spot. Trigger it. Yeah, my redstone sucks. I'm well aware of this. I try to make this system a whole lot better, and... Oh, is it just that it doesn't last long enough to pulse? Oh. I need a pulse extender. Okay, there we go. Definitely didn't have to look up a tutorial in the slightest for how to make a pulse extender. Totally know how to do basic redstone. Had to look up several videos. Yeah. Basic pulse extender. That should now all be working. I think every time this goes off, we're going to lag because I think of how many pistons are going off, which is fun, but whatever. Now the basic goal will be to just dig that out, that section out for a bit, because I think we're a third of the way down with the wool. Let's go check. I'm actually curious to see how much I have. We're not Even if they're... This took forever. I'm... Okay, so there's the obvious solution of we add more of these and we have less time to wait. The fun part is actually grabbing sheep to fill them up. I mean, it's not hard. I need observers. Right now, I've basically gotten a lot of the ports around my bit. Find another portal. Ah. Okay, let's see how much wool I get from this. Ah. Didn't get that much, but I mean, they're going to wool back crazy fast. So move these guys over there and maybe just do this while I wait for the other ones to move. Could be worth it. But I do need to do things here because I need to get a source of quartz other than the nether, and one way would be villagers. I just don't know that I want to deal with villagers right now. Well, going crazy about the fact that my wool... I forgot on my darn. Yeah, we might just be sticking and doing this because... Well, having this over there by our base would be a lot quicker, because we have both things running at the same time. This just seems to be running a lot faster. So, this will be my life for the next couple of days. Okay, I said we would be back when we had enough wool. We don't have enough wool. I got tired of doing automatic shearing. Took 2 hours to get one piece that I needed. I would have been there for 18 hours. And by one piece, I mean like one slot for each of these guys. So I made 5. It's barely been running. I've barely finished it and gotten that started. I've also done some digging. That's messed up. I need to go find out why. That's a problem for another day. But because I plan on digging out a lot more, we just need one more wither skull so we can get a beacon. I'm right now very tired of just mining at the current speed I'm mining, so we're gonna go grab a beacon. And all we need is one more wither skull. And then, of course, to actually make the wither and kill it, but that's a problem. Oh, and of course the blocks for it, which I've got a 5th of. So we'll figure out how to get enough iron for that. Finally! Okay. Now we just get back home. Okay, so we have all of that. I made strength potions so we could... I need to get soul sand real quick. So that when we do actually fight it, I can do a little more damage. I'm just playing Bedrock. Bedrock Wither is anything but easy, so I still have that thought process. But I know that the Java Distant one is so much easier. The tunnel system actually works. If you've never fought the Bedrock one, and you think we overreact, go and try. That is one of the worst boss fights you will ever do. Yeah, like I said, this is messed up. I don't know why. I moved all my sugarcane that I had over here, so... Yeah. This is all the sugarcane I had upstairs. I had to put a button here so that when it does go off, it actually fires. Let me see if it's where I think it is. That's facing the right way. Somewhere in here, one of the repeaters ain't working, or there's a piece of redstone missing. I just want to see where I can detect the redstone stopping, so I don't have to try and dig my way through the redstone, since there's water on every side of it. Yeah! There's also the option of I just go into free cam, which we might do. That might be what we fix when we come back. I think I know how to do it without having another player. I was going to have Detonator Logart help with that, but I might be able to do it by myself. I nearly missed the water! Take more damage than the average player would take, but I don't care. I got my nether star. At some point that'll become easier. I know you can kill the wither and the portal and all that. I don't like that. I'm gonna play with very few exploits. I'm still determining whether I plan on using TNT dupers or not, because I'm against them, but at the same time, for some farms, I know you need them, so I'm thinking about that. And we have the beacon! Now the one problem of we don't have enough iron to actually make a full power beacon. So we got that to deal with. We're gonna have over 30 blocks. We have 36. There's a bunch still being smelted. I always do in terms of 8 so that I don't waste it. I still have these 2 mountains that can mine 4 iron. But like I said, we got something else we actually need to work on, because I want my sugarcane farm actually working. So we're gonna grab the lever and go and see where this problem is occurring. Is the pulse just not long enough? Do I need a pulse extender before the pulse extender, because it doesn't or do these not just put out enough power? So I do need another player, because I need to be able to actually activate that. Wait. It made it back. Well, I'll work on figuring that out, I guess. But it didn't even pick up all of them. Huh? Okay, something's just wrong with my system. What? I don't know. We'll figure that out later. I'm gonna go mine a bunch of iron. And when I come back, we'll be putting the beacon up. And hopefully that's been figured out. Okay, we got the iron we need, and we also got the redstone for the sugarcane farm fixed. Go over here. I just had to add delay to that so it would actually go through. It was pulsing so quickly that the pulse accelerator couldn't actually trigger. Don't know how that works. I don't know how adding delay to a repeater makes it actually work, but yeah, it now works. So that's good. Going over here. The wool farm is going. We should be close to having that up and running. It dropped down this hole. This is where I want the beacon. There we go! Full power! Haste and double haste. Okay, so now we're just waiting on the seep to get us all the wool that we need. That's gonna take a bit, so we'll keep on mining. Kill this creeper for the gunpowder. Ooh. There. Okay. We have all the wool we need. It took way too long to gather that much wool. So here's the giant hole I managed to dig out while waiting for all of it. Here's every shulker box that has what we need. Wool, more stone, more wool, and then food. Yeah. And we saw that running, so that's good. It won't be running while we're building this because we're going to be over 7,000 blocks away, but whatever. We're here. I need to now figure out where the ocean is real quick, because I need a bow elevator and I need help to do that. I didn't bring bone block. Oh well. Okay, grab the stone. This. I got enough inventory space. Because we gotta go all the way up to height, 600? Not 600. 200. What is my brain doing? Well, I'm extraordinarily professional. I forgot an entire shulker box. Yeah. I mean, we have to go fly back and grab that. Why did that automatically freeze? That's to prevent it from freezing. This wrong pickaxe. There we go. We're gonna grab that real quick. Grab more fireworks because I'm running a little low. And then continue working on that. Okay, now comes the fun part of I need to make 3 giant circles around this. And in the test world I did this in, it's all concrete. So I can't easily see where the gaps are of the thing, and I'm having fun doing this. But I'll come back once I get the 3 giant circles done. And we have the big 3 circles done. These are, to my knowledge, the 3 biggest circles. I honestly don't remember if there's another giant circle outside of this. I don't remember at this point what I've done. And I've had to close my other laptop because it's almost dead. So I no longer have the reference. They charge that. But yeah, let's go down so we can get a look of it upwards. The shadow is amazing that it's casting on the ground. I already love it. That's an intermittent. Oh. Yeah, come here. Give me my block. You're getting comboed by an enemy. Jeez. But yeah, it looks like a spaceship right now. I will admit that. It's gonna continue out in every direction. There's light blue, which are gonna be circles. There will be other things that get added to it inside. That will be the next step once I get my thing up and running again. But yeah, then I'll go out. I think we're about a third of the way down the blueprint. But sounds like a lot, and yet not a lot. Especially with how many blocks I have remaining. Let's go and look at that. I think I might have gone overboard with the blue. I think I somehow severely overestimated the blue. I don't know what happened. Yeah. We have those light blue circles that we need to do. There's some blue aspects within here. And then the outside portions begin. Where do I have grass? Yeah. Well, I'm gonna see how this looks in a time lapse. I don't know if this works as a time lapse. I don't have replay mod or flashback or any of those mods that let me do it. I don't know that I'm gonna. We'll see. I just feel like it's gonna create a lot more files for me, and I already lost the computer because I lost storage on one, so I don't know that I want to risk that. But yeah, we're gonna see how that looks in the replay real quick, and if it looks good, it'll be in the video. If not, we'll have to figure out how we're gonna do the outside pieces, because this, I feel, is already not that long of a video. I don't know. I haven't even started editing this video yet, so this will be the first time I start editing this checkmark. Thought I recorded this, but apparently I didn't, or something happened to it. But yeah, we have mods. I would be in the snow biome already, but I finished building that. This is being recorded after, as I was going to edit the entire video together. Yeah, that fell apart. Also, it's a lot longer than I thought it was. Sorry about that. But yeah, we have a few mods in. A lot of them are just optimization mods, but one that is not is obviously the I think it's Journey Maps. I think it's Journey Maps. I got no clue what that mod it is. Yeah. Apparently I'm underneath something. A little weird with that. Still. Doesn't want to say it. Okay. Yeah. We have the base here. One trader's back there, apparently. I already checked nothing of value. But yeah. We have a few. I initially had fresh animations and the fresh player, or whatever it's called. But that's not updated to the newest version, so I don't have it right now. I will keep these going, hopefully. But we do have flashback now enabled, so the next section will be a time lapse, possibly flashing lights. I don't think there should be. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, we now have mods. I'm gonna try and keep it as vanilla as possible. One that I have is tooltips. Just makes my life a lot easier. And glowing ores is another one. So yeah, there it is. Glowing ores. But yeah. Enjoy the time lapse. Okay. It is completed. I don't know how it was during the time lapse, but I did wind up dying. A piece of red wool fell. I needed to finish it off because that was the last piece I had for that spot. I still had extra, but I jumped down for it. Activated my elytra and did my usual trick of this. Swooped around. On that, I died on this hill. I don't know what happened. I just died, and I was not going fast in the slightest. I think what happened was I somehow glitched between this, because the way I landed was between those two. Wasn't recording. I was using flashback to record. Bro, this looks awesome. This by itself is a giant ancient symbol, is basically what this is. Story behind that is kind of actually, that is a giant symbol. Storyline, though, will continue later on. But yeah, next episode we are definitely getting a totem farm up and running, because I need immortality. Yeah, let's fly. You've already seen it, the aerial view the entire time, but hopefully it actually loads the entire thing in replay mod. We'll see. But yeah, this thing is awesome. And it's only step 1. If we open it, there it is. Man, this is the floor plan of a giant castle. Well, futuristic Gothic castle. It has parts from Gothic architecture that I plan on taking in. There's a floor that we still need to put this under this. Well, actually on this level. And then also the fact that this is on a mountain. Oh, it finally snows. It did not snow the entire time I built this, which is kind of weird. But yeah, we're done with the first step. This took way too long. But I'm looking forward to seeing this come to reality. I now just need to figure out the heights of everything, because I did this, and I know what height the middle piece is. I don't know what height any of the other pieces are, so that will be testing at a creative world at some point. How easy is it to see the shadow? Not that easy. I noticed that the, whatever mods I have makes it a little harder to see the shadows than when I didn't have iron, so that's a slight downside. But nonetheless, you can still see it, which is cool. But yeah, I think we're done for this video. If you did enjoy, consider subscribing, turning on notifications, and living a life you did enjoy. In the next one, totem farm, definitely. That might be a video or a live stream. We will see. See you all in the next one.